it's Alyssa, and it's another day, another rummage sale. Deja vu. But this is one I've been to before. It's a bigger sale. It's pretty close to my house. And last time I went there, I didn't do so well. I complained about it, but I did pretty well when I made the follow-up video and thought that I'd actually made a decent profit on what I bought, but I don't know. I thought I was going to get more stuff than I did. So we'll see how I do this time. I'm not sure. You know, you never know what to expect with a rummage sale. I've had people comment on videos that live elsewhere, maybe where you don't have as many rummage sales as you do in this area, and wondered what a rummage sale is and what it's all about. So I will explain that we have them a lot around here, usually at churches, but I've gone to some that are held for volunteer fire companies and schools and other, organizations that, hold fundraisers. And what it is people donate items. With the church, it's usually members of the congregation, but anyone can donate. And then they, put the stuff out, make a price up for it, and all the profit goes to the organization, whether it's a church or a school or a fire company or whatever. So I find out about them in the newspaper. We have a local classifieds newspaper, a penny saver paper that goes out each week, and so I find a lot of them in there. Sometimes I check the community events calendar in the regular weekly paper and find some in there. There's also a classifieds newspaper on the New Jersey side, since I live right on the river and New Jersey's like right over there. I can see it right now. So I check out for any like local New Jersey ones too. Although most of the rummage sales I go to are here on the Pennsylvania side. I am planning on going to a New Jersey one tomorrow, that one's like a huge, massive, ginormous one, and I have to watch the weather to see what it's like, because if it's going to be pouring rain tomorrow morning, I'm not sure if I'm headed to this thing, so we'll see. But hopefully I go to that one too. But anyway, that's what a rummage sale is all about. They're usually held over the course of maybe 2 or 3 days. The first day is full price, and then like with any kind of sale, they'll, second or third day, they'll have maybe like half price, or have like a bag sale where, you fill the bag up for $5 or something like that. So they're usually affordable. Like the New Jersey one tomorrow, it's basically thrift store prices at that sale. The ones around here tend to be a lot less money. The one that I went to last week was obviously exceptionally cheap. And, the organization doesn't care, because it's not their items. It's all been donated to them, and, they're just trying to raise some money, and, so they're used to pricing things cheap. It's usually, at least around here, the church sales, it's a lot of older ladies that run it, and so they might not be aware of the value of things. Sometimes they are, but usually they're not, and so to them it's like, well, who would pay, more than 25 cents for a deck of playing cards or something like that, because, in their mind, I know, I'm getting old myself, and sometimes I see prices and I'm like shocked at how much stuff goes for. But anyway, I'm also cheap, so that's part of it. And I spend a lot of time shopping at rummage sales and thrift stores, so, my idea of what is affordable and what isn't is a little bit skewed. But anyway, I will try to film in the sale, at least after I pick up my goodies. I'll show you what's there. And I think I'm going to hit up a thrift store after the sale, which isn't too far away, and just down the road a bit, so probably go there too, and I'll show you what I got later. Hopefully I got some good stuff. But yeah, guys, sorry again about the Pennsylvania roads. This is just what it's like around here. This is actually a good road. I mean, they redid this one not too long ago, but it's still bumpy because it's Pennsylvania and we have winter, and it just destroys the roads. Hey guys, so I think I filmed inside the rummage sale. Honestly, my phone was being weird because I thought I was filming and then I went to go stop it and it hadn't been filming. So hopefully, and then it wouldn't let me start filming. I don't know what it was doing. It's working fine now, I think. So don't know what that was about. But anyway, I did not spend much at the rummage sale. I spent a total of $13, and it's funny. I'll show you later what I picked up and what I spent for like each load of stuff, and I spent $5 on the big load of stuff and $8 on the smaller load of stuff. So that's kind of the funny thing about rummage sales, is stuff usually isn't marked. Some sales do mark stuff, and then it really depends on who is ringing you up and as far as what you pay. So anyway, I did not spend much. I got some cool things. Nothing, I don't think that's too exceptional, but you know, hey, for 13 bucks, I will make a nice profit on it. So now I'm headed down the road to go to the thrift store. The one thing about the sale, I mean, I tried filming inside. It was tough because it was crowded. I mean, I got there probably 20 minutes before the sale started. I was about 50, that's 50 people back in line, and the line got like way longer than that. There were at least another 50, 75 people online behind me. And I was talking to my one friend who, you know, goes to a lot of the sales about like, I mean, like the crowd was just like insane. Like I've never seen that many people at this sale. And he said, yeah, they've been promoting it on Craigslist this year. So they posted on there and posted pictures on Craigslist. So that drew, I guess, a lot more people to the sale. So they're entering the internet age, I guess. But there were still deals to be had. I only went to like the book section towards the very end because it was just like packed in there, so I didn't get any like books media items. It was and in fact when I was checking out, there was a woman in front of me who was buying a whole bunch of like books and media items, and like I could tell by the stuff she was buying that, oh yeah, she's selling on Amazon. So you know, I probably, you know, if I'd went there first thing, maybe there would have been stuff to get, but I figure it's probably pretty picked over later in the sale. Anyway, I'll show you what I picked up there and at the thrift store once I get back home. Okay guys, I am home now, so I'm going to show you what I got. I also realized after the fact, looking at my phone, that I never did film inside the rummage sale. Even though I took the time to film, I apparently am an idiot and, I don't know, never turned it on for filming, or for some reason it wasn't working in there. I don't know. I was actually having problems when I was trying to scan a couple of things, and I ended up just not scanning anything, which is fine because I paid barely anything for all the stuff I got. So, as I was saying in the car, I'd made 2 passes through. Like the first pass, I, you know, really got a ton of stuff. Well, a lot of stuff. And I was waiting online. There's a big long line to pay. There was just, I think, like 1 or maybe 2 women, you know, counting out the stuff and you know, telling people what they owed. And so the line was pretty long. They had like an express checkout for 10 items or less, which also had a long line for it. Anyway, so there was a guy there, youngish guy, like maybe like 30s or so. And he was basically just like going through and looking at what people had in their hands and, you know, saying like, you know, $7, $5. He told the woman in front of me $7. He told me $5. And I was like, you sure? Because I got a lot of stuff. And he's like, $5. So I paid $5 for the first batch of stuff that I got. The second batch, I, you know, actually went up at the table where the women were counting it out. And so I paid more for that. I paid $8. So first I'm going to show you what I spent $5 on, and where will I start? I'll start here. There's just a couple things in here. So even though I complain about, I don't know, I don't really do that well with like banks, with piggy banks. This is officially a piggy bank. That's a pig. And it's green and neon pink and very vintage. It's missing the stopper at the bottom. And, you know, it's got some wear on, no chips, but like worn off paint type of thing. So anyway, bought that. Got this little doll. I don't know. She was actually on the ground, and I was like, well, she looks very vintage. She's cute. I've actually sold one, something like that. I didn't see any name on here or anything, so I don't know. And then this was with the dolls too. Obviously, her or his hair, hat, whatever that was, is all worn off. It says "Get Well Soon" on it. It does have, oh, it's a Berry Company one. And then this is just a vintage figurine. It did have, I don't know where it went. Anyway, it did have a foil label on the bottom, but just a little snail and ladybug. Don't see too many snail figurines out there. Somebody that donates stuff must have collected panda bears, because there was like 8 million panda bear things. The only one I think I got was this. It is signed at the back. You know what? I gotta get my reading glasses because I cannot see anything. This was made by Basil Matthews and made in England. So I'm not familiar. I didn't look it up, but I just saw that foil label and I'm like, it looks vintage, and it definitely, I saw England. I saw those made in England. That's all I could read without my reading glasses, which I forgot to bring to the sale, of course. I picked this figurine up. This is, well, I can see this without my glasses. This is a kitty cucumber figurine. Never heard of them before, but I saw it sitting on a shelf, and so I did look that up on eBay, and I didn't see this particular one, but I saw that these figurines, whatever kitty cucumber is, are going like $20, $25, so I'm like, well, it must be worth something. I figured they'd only charge me $1 for it. In fact, I ended up paying probably less than that because I paid $5 for all this stuff. Here's another figurine. This one's a Christmas one. This one's a Napco, vintage Napco, little caroler, or bell ringer, I guess she is there. Another figurine. This one's a deer, cute vintage deer, a little larger size. There's no markings. Well, no, actually, it's very faded. It says Japan on her belly there, or his belly. And then I got this horse figurine, mama and baby there. And this one says Bone China, Taiwan. So probably from like the 1980s, I would guess. I got a vintage set of Chinese checkers. Now these are not the marble kind. This is a wooden board with plastic pegs. So I've never actually seen that before. I see the tin boards, you know, that you use the marbles with a lot, and have actually sold some. It does have a maker on here, Drueck. I don't know, it looks German to me. Number 563. Well, it looks German, but it was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan, so maybe by Germans. This is something I was trying to scan there, and I ended up just throwing in my bag, because I'm like, how much can it be? But it's brand new, sealed, photo refill pockets, and it's one of those things where if somebody has an album like this and needs refills, you probably can't find these refills anymore. Maybe you can, but anyway, I wasn't able to scan it, so I don't even know if it's on Amazon. If it is, I will list it there. I wasn't even sure about this, but I just ended up picking up. It's a, you know, dry erase board, a write-on wipe-off board that's really, I guess, for teaching kids to write letters. And it is vintage. It is from current cards. And let me just take the pen off here, if I can. It's supposed to be for kids. It's got really cute pictures there, illustrations of different animals and letters. Now the problem is somebody wrote on the back. They wrote all over the back, which is not a dry erase board. So that's kind of unattractive, but the board itself is pretty cool. It's vintage. I think I could probably ship this first class if I put in a really big bubble mailer, so I'm going to try and sell it on Etsy. This was something I wasn't sure about, but it was just kind of different and cool and vintage looking. It's a wheel that you turn with a guide to different songbirds, and then in the center there it's got like their length, their nest, their habitat, food, distribution, season. So to help you like identify the different birds, I guess. Kind of cool. This kind of stuff on Etsy can do well sometimes, like the sciencey, nature, vintage, educational kind of things. Picked up a thing of printer ink. I didn't even look up this. It's expired. It's from 2014. It is 21 black. It's like a 2-pack, and I will hopefully sell it on eBay. This was the only crafty kind of thing I picked up. This is like a vintage cut and sew fabric panel thing with this, I guess it's a kitty and a dog. Or is it two dogs? Maybe it's two dogs. No, that's a cat, I think. Maybe it's a dog. Honestly, I'm not sure what it is. But they're very cute, and I guess you would just like cut out the back to match them. But it's made by Vogue Needlecraft, I guess, back in the day. Anyway, I've done pretty well with the cut and sew panels on Etsy, and that one is a really cool vintage design, so hopefully. And I went nuts with playing cards, so got all kinds of illustrated playing cards. This one actually says on it Pinochle in big letters. A lot of like floral kind of designs. I think I got two of this one. Yep, there's the other. This deck was pretty cool. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like Old Maid or Crazy Eights or what the heck it is, but it's got all these different guys here. So yeah, just a fun vintage set. And then the back is a snowman and bunny rabbit, so I don't know why, but it is. I got a whole bunch of sealed Norman Rockwell decks. Now, these make me think they're not vintage because I got so many of them. They're all sealed up, and I don't know where they came from. But anyway, there's that one, the kids on a sled with a dog. There's an older couple by the fire. There's this one, like the guy playing a little song for his sweetheart there. Two kids, I guess, walking to school with the dog. Two older people, I guess, reading. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're reading. This is another one of the kids on the sled with the dog, although this one says winter on it. I don't think the other deck said winter. And this is another sort of sweetheart picture, the boy and the girl with the dog. And this is another. These are grown-up sweethearts. They're sitting under a tree, I guess, or whatever. And then the two kids on the swing, which I've seen before. Anyway, I'm going to have to do some more research on these, maybe like lot them together and sell them. If nothing else, I'll sell like this lot of new sealed Norman Rockwell cards on eBay. Like I said, this is all still part of that lot of stuff that I only paid $5 for. And then I got a Polaroid camera. This one's green, dark green, like hunter green. I don't think there's any film in here. No, it doesn't look like there's film in here, but it looks like that opened up. It actually comes in the case and even has, look at this, the manual with it. So I will sell this somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure if I'll sell it on Etsy or on eBay, but yeah. And, you know, it has the case with the case. It's nothing special, but anyway. So, I do believe... So yeah, guys, that is everything that I paid $5 for on that first trip through. So really can't beat that price. And now I'm going to show you what I paid $8 for. I didn't get anywhere near as much stuff on my second pass through. Now, it's good to take another look. Like, I looked at some sections that I hadn't seen before on my second pass. I also looked in some places that I had looked before and found stuff I overlooked. Like this, a vintage donkey, pin the tail on the donkey game from Whitman. And I'll show it to you here. So it's got the instructions, and it's got a vintage donkey. He's not in perfect condition because, of course, he's been pinned on before. But pretty cool vintage design there. That up. And there's actually tacks in here, too. So I gotta be careful I don't drop one and then stick myself with it. And then there's the tails. This one's a little ripped. They're in varying conditions, but for a paper item, it survived pretty well through the years. I don't know if there's a date on this, but I am just guessing by the illustration on the cover, maybe 1960s, but probably maybe more like 1950s. So yeah, that was pretty cool, I thought. And this is nothing special. It's just a planter. It's made in Japan. It's vintage. Watering can. No chips or cracks on it. There's another one there that was pretty cool looking, but the paint was like worn off, like it may have been out in the rain or something. So that one was like shaped like a Conestoga wagon with like birds on it. It was pretty cool, but not in great condition. I actually saw this when I was on my way out in the first trip. This is a pretty little vintage bell with the bird on it there. The back says dinner is served. The front says, it's got a little prayer. It's grace after meals. Grace after meals as opposed to before. And it's got a little ringer in there. Just a cute vintage design. Nice condition, no chips or anything on it. I mean, it's got some dirt and stuff on it, but overall, nice condition. I got a set of books. This is a set of board books. Gossy, if you know the Gossy books for kids, like she's a little goose, I think. Goose or duck. Anyway, this is a set of, I don't know how many, 5, 6 board books, and they're in the box. The box has some wear. Look at the lid here. Try taping that maybe, or yeah, I guess I have to tape it. But nice condition, especially for board books, which usually don't hold up that well. I mean, maybe the kid who got these never looked at them. I'm not gonna take them out, but they're nice, clean condition. And I looked this up, and even like in used condition, it's going for a decent amount of money on Amazon. I got this whole bag. They had this bagged up this way of vintage greeting cards. Some of them are just ones I'm going to get rid of, and some of these I'll probably lot together to make vintage greeting card lots. Some of them are not that new, but some are really cute vintage ones like that. I don't know if I can find more of them because it's just such a mixed. It's a mixed bag, literally. There's a book in here. I don't even know what this is. Desert Critters. Oh, that's kind of a cool book. Oh yeah, there were some different vintage Sandra Boynton cards. There's one with Ben Franklin on it there. So you don't see that every day. There's another Boynton one. Guy with the umbrella and the animals. And oh, Noah's Ark. That's what's going on there. Some of these are going to go away, but some of them are probably going to get lied up and sold on Etsy. I got another book box set. Now this one is older, I think from like the 1980s. 4 bears in a box, and then these cute little books in nice shape. Got a little bit of dirt on the back of them there. But yeah, I think these I'm going to try and sell on Etsy. Yeah, Blackboard Bear is what he's called. Anyway, I will see. I will see. I didn't look them up or anything like that. I just thought, there could be some money there. And I did get another little box set of books. This one is Babar, the elephant. You know, just little books. Also older set, probably from 1980s. And I'm thinking Etsy. I haven't looked them up at all. I got this like painted wooden cross, which I thought was really cool. I'm not sure how vintage it is. It does have some damage. See down there. Now it said in the back that it was made in El Salvador, and it's got a price tag of $9.95 on it. So that makes me think it's a little bit vintage, at least, probably, because this is pretty nice, and I wouldn't see wouldn't see a store selling this for $9.95 nowadays. You know, they'd want at least 20, right? But yeah, I'll see. You know, I didn't look it up at all. I just thought it was cool looking. And then the last thing I got were these Christmas greeting card postcards. There's a whole set of them here. Are they all the same? I think they are. No, there's a couple different designs. But they look like that, like that. They're blank on the reverse. Well, they say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with a Bible verse. But you know, you put your own greeting there. There's that design too. Anyway, they're a little bit creased, so I'm gonna, you know, put some books on them and see if I can flatten them out, and then I'll list them on Etsy, I think. And so all that was $8. So just to see the comparison between the first load and the second load, and really depends on who is the person that is setting the prices. So that's everything I got at the rummage sale for a total of $13. And then I went down the road and went to a thrift store that I liked. I did manage to film in the thrift store, so you'll see that before this. So I don't know why I'm telling you that now, but I did film in there. And also when I was filming, I had just actually turned off the camera, I think, and I saw my neighbor. Like, she was in there shopping too, which was kind of funny because, I don't know, I mean, we live in the same building. But anyway, yeah. I wonder if she saw me walking around filming and is like, my neighbor's crazy. I don't know. But anyway, what did I spend at the thrift store? Hang on, here's my receipt. I spent $27.72 on the stuff that I'm going to show you. And today was apparently the day for children's book sets, because this is a book set of little golden books, Pokey and Friends. Now there's actually an extra book in here because the set is supposed to be 6 books, and then this this Big Bird Golden book got thrown in. It doesn't go with it. But these are all like some of the classic Golden books. Now this is a newer set. It's probably issued relatively recently, but yeah. So nice condition on the books, nice condition on the tin that they go in. And Alissa looked this up on Amazon, and it's going for decent money, so she's going to send it off there. Probably box this one up separately because I don't want it to get all damaged. And it was $4.99 in the thrift store. You know, it was a fair price, and it's going for a little more than that on Amazon. Then I bought this. I don't know. It's tacky and weird. It is a vintage. It's a picture. It's like the metal on. I don't know if that's velvet or just just a black background. So like a metallic illustration of cats. So for the crazy cat ladies out there, it's made by Kafka Industries in Washingtonville, New York. Probably not super old, but like maybe 1970s. Has a very 1970s look to it. It was 99 cents, and I don't know. Something about it was just screaming out to me, so I had to get that. I did get a single CD for 99 cents. It's new and sealed. It's called Music from the Vatican, Alma Mater, Pope Benedict, the whatever he is, 16th. I think it was going for like $15 on Amazon. Got this tin, just thought it was really pretty. It was 99 cents. It does have a maker tag on the back, Elite Trays, made in England. So it's older, and yeah, I'll list that on Etsy. Trays I'm hit or miss with. Some of them do well, and some not so much. And who's calling me? I don't know who that is. Okay. What was I saying? Trays do, I don't know. Some do okay for me on Etsy, and some sit there for a long time. I'm hoping, because this one's really pretty. Sorry, my iPad's over there, and that rings when the phone rings, and hopefully that's not too distracting as I'm talking, because it's distracting to me. But anyway, yeah, hopefully I can sell that for a decent amount on Etsy. Phone, can't think. Got a single mug there. Really cute with the mice. Illustration in the back and front is 50 cents. It was made by Odagiri. I don't know how to pronounce it. Look, I'm from New Jersey, so if there's a wrong way to pronounce something, I am going to mispronounce it. But anyway, made in Japan. I've sold some of their stuff before, usually on eBay. I've sold some of their mugs on eBay. But I'm thinking this one is vintage, and so I'll sell it on Etsy, and it is pretty cute. Okay, I got a whole bunch of these to sell on Amazon. They were 50 cents a piece. What they are is the mini cassettes for, I guess for like, like the voice recorders, maybe for an old answering machine, but probably for the voice recorders. So there's one 90-minute tape and then 3 60-minute tapes. And I did look them up. They were going, God, I don't remember what they were going for. I think I was going to make like $6 or $7 a piece on these, so they're 50 cents each. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. They're all new and sealed. Somebody probably stocked up on them for their own voice recorder and then got, an iPhone or something and said, hey, I don't need these anymore. I got this. This is a whole set of, it's wall art, which, I don't know. Fairies in the Garden is called. Oh yeah, there are little fairies on them, and it's alphabet. So there's a whole set of 26 here. Box has definitely been opened, and I'm guessing these were hung up, but they're in very good shape. I'm gonna try selling them on Amazon as like collectible, like new or whatever, or collectible very good. I'll have to take a look and make sure, but they were $3.99, so a little bit higher priced, but going for enough that I could make money on Amazon with them. Got a vintage puzzle. I don't normally pick up puzzles, but I just loved the illustration on that. You can see that. And it was 99 cents. It's a slightly smaller size and it's cardboard, so it's light enough to go first class. And I will try and sell that on Etsy. Picked this up. I don't know. They must have put this out as I was there because I looked in this section. It's when I first got there and I didn't see it, and then all of a sudden it was there, and it was 99 cents, and it's a new sealed. Looks like a game, but it's called Financial Peace Junior. Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Junior, and so it's like for teaching kids, financial health and stuff, going for a lot of money on Amazon. So like, I'm trying to think of what it was going for. I was gonna make like 40-50 bucks on this, and you know, either I walked past it, but I don't think so. I think they put it out while I was there, so good deal there, 99 cents. Other thing they put out while I was there, I was looking at books, and there's like a back room, and I could hear the ladies talking, and the one woman's telling the other woman, she's like, oh, those are a basket of lead animals, so you can just put them out on the table over there. And I was like, ooh, lead animals. But I'm still not sure about these. I'm not sure if they're vintage or not. I got 2 bags of them. This bag was $1.99. So there's a squirrel who's painted, and then there's an unpainted, honestly, I'm not sure what. I think it's a cat, but it could have been a fox. I thought when I was there, I thought it was a fox, but now that I'm looking at it, I think that's a cat. So this one's unpainted, this one's painted, and there's no markings or anything on them. So I'm like, are they vintage, or do they have like reproduction vintage lead animal toys? I really don't know, so I'm going to do some more research. And here we got another bag of them. This bag was $4.99. We got a horse, a donkey, a pig. This is the farm animal bag, and a sheep or ram there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about these. They're heavy. That's what I know. And then the last thing I guess I got was this vintage set of flashcards for 25 cents. They're from Whitman. These are phonics cards, and they have, you know, illustrations on them, and then on the back, like words. Yeah, it's like, that's teaching you WH, so they have a bunch of WH words, and yeah, stuff like that. They had another set of flashcards that were just multiplication, like vintage ones that were multiplication, but they were kind of boring. But these have great vintage illustrations on them, even though they're just black and white, not color. I think they'll do well on Etsy. They were 25 cents, so I'll definitely make back my investment there. And so that, guys, is everything that I picked up at the rummage sale and the thrift store. And what I'll do is make a follow-up video some months down the road to show you what actually sold and what I made from this investment of what, I gotta do math, 13, what did I say, 27.72, so what, $40.72. We'll see what profit I wind up with. I think I'm gonna do okay. But thank you guys for watching. I do put out videos every week showing the different vintage items I sell in my Etsy shop. I put out some other videos on selling on Amazon. And of course I put out these haul videos. I'm hoping to hit a couple more rummage sales this week, so I might have a couple more haul videos for you this week. But yeah, guys, I will see you all again soon. Happy selling, everyone.